So what can I get you? I've got scotch, I've got vodka, I should leave them.
Cut this shit, will you? Just cut it! I don't know what you're up to, but I'm gonna tell you it's gonna stop right now.
No, it's not gonna stop. It's gonna go on and on until you face up to your responsibilities.
What responsibilities?
I'm pregnant. I'm gonna have our child.
Alex, that's your choice, honey. That has nothing to do with me.
I just want to be a part of your life.
Oh, this is the way you do it, huh? Showing up at my apartment?
Well, what am I supposed to do? You won't answer my calls. You change your number. I mean, I'm not going to be ignored, Dad.
You don't get it. You don't get it.
Don't you remember our weekend? Wasn't that wonderful? Why can't we just be like that again? I know you feel it too. I mean, what are you so afraid of?
Hey, just don't flatter yourself, Alex.
Go ahead, hit me. If you can't fuck me, why don't you just hit me?
So sad. You know that, Alex? Lonely and very sad.
Don't you ever pity me, you smug bastard.
I'll pity you. I'll pity you. You're sick.
Why? Because I won't allow you to treat me like some slut you can just bang a couple of times and throw in the garbage? I'm going to be the mother of your child. I want a little respect.
You want respect.
What are you doing? Please, Dad. Please don't go. I didn't mean it. Please, I'm sorry. I'll tell your wife.
What's up, you dickbags? It's Matt Mead here saying domestic violence is not okay on any level, chuds. Huh, wow, good technique, but we can't show that. What are you guys, chuds?
It only takes a phone call!
And hello, you big Philly pants.
I think we need to discuss this.
Vince?
Yeah, like
I've never talked to Vince in my. I met Vince in AC.
I know. I'm telling you this because I know he's listening. Vince, call me. Okay. Everybody have a great day. Happy Thursday.
Come on, we bougie out in this bitch.
What?
Huh? What?
Huh? What?
Oh.
Hot shot, you are hot shot indeed.
What? What?
Hot shot, you are hot shot indeed.
Oh, I never want this night to end.
What?
Is that actually how it goes?
That's exactly how it goes.
What?
2, 3,
Well, she speaks around the world from Belgium to Carolina. She's thinking make her filter from Berlin down to Berlin. She'll take you for a ride on the boat to China. Tell me where in the world
did motherfucking Blade
do
go?
this only South Korea? Making naughty cook my uncle from there. Red Sea to Greenland, Bill there. Singing the blues. Well, they never rock guitars. We come from a jungle. Tell me where in the world
Did motherfucking Blade go?
Well, she'll ransack Pakistan and run a scam in Scandinavia. And she'll stick 'em up down under and go pickpocket worth. She put the missing misdemeanor when she stole the beans from Lima. Tell me where in the world
did motherfucking Blade go?
ha, hoo, ha, 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 hoo, ha, hoo, ha, ha, hoo, ha, hoo, ha, ha. Monday through Friday at 5. Well, she flies around the globe and she'll flim flam every nation. She's a double-dealing diva with a taste for thievery. Her itinerary's loaded up with moving violations. Tell me where in the world
Did motherfucking Blade go?
Oh, tell me where in the world
Did motherfucking Blade
go.
go?
Tell me where in the world
Did motherfucking Blade
go.
go?
Tell me where in the world
Did motherfucking Blade go?
Tell me where in the world
Did all of Pulper's Nico.
You and Missy B, or have Gino and Kumia been in contact since the fallout?
Hey, Brian Landon, I just want to say I think you're good on the mic. I'd like to do a night show with you guys sometime. I think he's solid.
Thanks for having me on.
Stay away from my house.
I don't know what tent's yours, Ava. Don't worry.
Okay, whatever.
I'll stay away from it.
Landon,
All right. Thanks for having me on, guys. Thank you very much.
So
All right.
much. Give any plugs? I
What a
guess.
fucking douchebag that guy is.
Welcome. The motherfucking test stream. The test stream is the best stream, even though it's not a stream at all. So even if it's not the best stream, it is the best test stream, better than the rest of the test streams. Today we're going to do something a little different, something a little more in my wheelhouse. We are going to be watching the State of the Union address by President Donald J. Trump. Everyone's welcome here, whether you like the man, you despise the man, whether you have Trump derangement syndrome or you are a card-carrying MAGA member. Everyone's welcome here. We just ask for some civil discourse. And here at the test stream, we're always happy to be wrong. Learning, lifelong learning, and having open conversations is how we come to the conclusions in which we do. I will be fully transparent. I'm an independent, but I'm really a conservative at this point. I was a liberal, a Oregon liberal for the first 38 years of my life. And actually what happened was I was actually a conservative when I was younger, but I think what happened to me and a lot of other people around my age is the Bush administration came in and completely destroyed the reputation of the Republican Party. They lied to us. They invaded Iraq. They had nothing to do with anything. And meanwhile, the Bush crime family is in cahoots with all of these people. So the Bushes did more to destroy this country, I think, than anybody. And that's another, if I enjoy doing this, I don't know.
then that's something we'll cover. Who are the Bushes and who are the Walkers? It's weird. The two presidents, George Herbert Walker Bush, HW, and then George Walker Bush. That Herbert Walker family seems really important. But anyway, and that's just a little background. Maybe we'll get into it another time. We're going to watch the State of the Union address. Now, again, full transparency. I voted for Donald Trump. This is the first time I voted for Donald Trump in the 3 times he ran. I voted for Hillary Clinton the first time. I voted for Joe Biden the second time. And then finally, some kind of reality smacked me upside the head. Is Donald Trump the greatest president we have? Absolutely not. But Kamala Harris was a coup. That's a fact. How do you become president candidate without a single primary vote? That's amazing. We won't get into all that. It's also interesting how they put Joe Biden. They moved the debate. This is the earliest debate ever. Why? Because the people, how could you not be around President Biden and not know his dementia? Of course they knew. To think otherwise is ignorant. But I don't want to necessarily even get into the debates here. Like, happy, please, in the comments section, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We're trying to switch things up a little bit over here. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if I want to talk about real life stuff like this so much. I deal with it a lot in my life. So once this thing starts, it's going to be me listening and throwing stuff out. In the meantime, they have not started yet. It is interesting how the White House is now using AI. I mean, that is something you kind of say for this presidency. Now they're using AI. And as we scroll through here, this is smart. They're laying out their agenda on the screen. They're laying out their agenda on the screen. I wonder what is oh, they just have some lame music there. So I'm not here to get super controversial today. I'm easing my toes into this to see how it goes. I just want to hear what the guy has to say. I'm somebody that wherever the truth lies, that's it. I'm a conservative, I guess, technically. But it doesn't mean I blindly follow all conservative beliefs. That's just not. I just tend to align with that party. With that said, I am always open to new ideas and rationales. What is this?
Like struck, like awestruck. It's the State of the Union. Like, that's an ultimate honor. President Trump, I've followed you for many years. I've started at your first rally when you first were running again. I went by myself. There isn't.
And that's the thing. Trump, you want to talk about ball washers. Like, anyone that maybe tunes in for a second probably is from the original, from the test stream, Dabbleverse stuff. You want to talk about ball washers. I mean, if you're not a ball washer, Donald Trump will not keep you around, period. Now, I don't know, maybe that's maybe you get to a point in your life where, like, all I want to do is hear nice things about myself. That'd be nice. So that means only nice things in the comments today, and hit the like button. Hit the like button. Tell me, who did you vote for?
And the United States citizens.
If you have the balls enough to admit it.
My name is Everest Nevermond.
My name is Megan Hemhauser.
My name is Marcus Coleman, father of Delilah Coleman.
My name is Catherine Rayner.
My name is Sierra Burns.
And I'm so excited to be in Washington, D.C., the capital, to attend the State of the Union with the President and the First Lady.
To be invited to the State of the Union, what an incredible honor.
Thank you, President Trump, for inviting us to the State of the Union.
I'm incredibly honored to be here and be a part
All
of
right, well, while we wait for this to start.
Struck. It's the State of the
I don't
Union.
need to hear more
that's an
ball
ultimate
watching.
honor. President Trump, I've followed you for many years. I've started at your
beef or better. Queen of the cereal. Hey,
turn that shit up, man.
Hey, what's the motherfucking point, man? Hey, hold on. I might just flash out on my pappy for that whole shit that he did. How you fucking on my mama, but couldn't take care of your kids? What's the point of calling you daddy when you never was a father? And what's the point of reaching out when a nigga ain't ever even bothered? But what's the point of me talking? I picked the same kind of BD. What's the point of him being 32, fucking me at 17? But what's the point of being sad? They just gon' label you as fast, cause you know dope boys not pedophiles long as they giving a fuck. They be screaming they hate he did it, but still love they uncles. What's the point of keeping secret if he a threat to all the nieces? And why y'all hurting all the angels so you can protect all the demons? What's the point of even lying? You get caught up every time. What's the point of your relationship if y'all ass ain't even trying? How we glorifying murders, then we be shocked when niggas die. Like, what's the point? Are we down with catching bodies or we not? Like, what's the point of getting it right when that shit still gonna go left? What's the point of having fam if you can't ask them for help? What's the point of joining the game if you still feel by yourself? What's going on in the hood? These niggas done started doing meth. What's the point, nigga? You used to be a boss, now you a junkie, nigga? You used to bob a jump shot, didn't make no point, nigga. So what's the point, nigga? Nigga, what's the point? At the point of no return, I need a man till I lunch. What's the point of selling dope if you ain't gonna say the money? What's the point of having a baby to keep a nigga? You a dummy. What's the point of even asking? No, you can't get nothing from me. What's the point of baby wife in case a bomb try to touch me? Hey, I'm going back in. What's the point of tomorrow when I'm right here today? And what's the point of me having if I can't have it my way? Say, what's the point of letting them hate? Cause they gon' do but today a light day. I'm heating up in this bitch. I might just be a microwave. I just beat up another bitch. I'm starting to feel like Johnny Cage. What's the point of hitting my phone if you ain't gonna get an answer? What's the point of playing real when we all know you an answer? And what's the point of having a pastor if he lying more than us? And what's the point of enemies when it's your friends you can't trust? So what's the point, bitch? Stop blaming everybody for your dumb shit. Take some accountability for all your nonsense. But that's just the point, shit. Bitches don't make no sense.
The ages. And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure. Thank you. Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before, and our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked, and America is respected again, perhaps like never before. After 4 years, in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far. In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States. But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country. The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year. And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father. I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%. Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
These wins that Trump is having is great. I mean, to bring down crime, murder, and the inflation under the Biden administration, not hard to do. Not hard to
Mortgage
do.
rates
Yeah.
are the lowest in
Right.
4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year. And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem well, at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both.
The American dream is owning a home.
And we are going to keep
That's
it that
part of it.
way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that. 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions
Again,
of
compared to
Americans.
the
They're
Biden
all
administration,
gaining.
for the
Everybody's
market
up,
to go
way
up
up.
is-
In 4
it should.
long years, the
Otherwise, you're
last
totally fucking up.
administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe. Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes.
Oh, shit.
A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest.
I don't know what that means, but okay. What does that mean? You don't know what that means? What do you mean we're the hottest? What does that mean?
As thousands of new businesses are forming in factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
Didn't we take over Venezuela? Not take over, but
American natural gas
Barrel
production is at an
matching, yes.
all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
that's good. It makes government smaller.
We ended DEI in America.
I'm going to be quiet through most of this. I don't want to talk. If people are listening, I don't want to
We
talk.
got a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year, we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps.
By stopping food stamps.
And for all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong.
It's certainly stronger than it was in the last administration. That's unquestionable.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning
This
in
is
our
what annoys
country.
me about Trump.
Until
And
you
look at the
came
guys
along,
behind
we're
him.
just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey
That
team.
is
Come
funny.
on in.
If anyone remembers, Canada booed the United States team in the last one, or maybe not the last one, and a pretty major one of these hockey. The people actually booed them because of the country they were from. We don't do that over here. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I get it. Everyone's very happy. That's great. What about the UFOs? Let's see, Trump might actually get into this stuff. Let's see. What about Epstein?
Go ahead.
What about Israel influence? The country, not the people. Let's see if he gets into any of these things. And again, I love when people chant USA. Every country on earth will chant and support their country. The United States of America is the only place where 50% of the people that live here want it to burn.
That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House.
Oh, nice. Women's sports in the United States dominate. Why do you think that is? Because the people that founded this country helped facilitate and allowed other people to vote. White guys allowed this to happen. They didn't monopolize the power regardless of what people say. That's why women here not only can drive and be educated and vote, which is
They were in
important.
the Oval Office before. And I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody to say no, because I've never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck.
I'm bummed I missed that game. It sounded pretty awesome.
Think of it, 46 shots on goal. And I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off. You practiced that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case, my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
For winning hockey, he gets a Medal of Freedom. Okay. I mean, I don't have a problem. It just seems weird. Hey, you play hockey. Here's a Medal of Freedom? I don't know. It seems weird to me. Seems odd. It's a little odd.
Great athletes have gotten that, very great, the best. And I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no. And every single one of them rapidly put up their hand. So I want to thank you. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much.
And I agree with all that. They are. It's amazing what those guys did. It's awesome. But is there a medal of honor to win a hockey game? Okay. Good. All right, great. Good for them. I guess it's good.
I'm also pleased to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics. And it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles.
Oh my God, dude. Does anybody really want that though? Hey, KB's here. Hey, what's up? Hey, KB. Just watching the State of the Union. I'm taking some notes. I mean, I wouldn't want that.
And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country.
What are going to do like what Gavin Newsom did in San Francisco when the Chinese showed up?
And
We're
this
just gonna
year,
support all
and I must say, I got them both. I got
all the
them
homeless.
the first term, and I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place. And now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. But we're getting the World Cup. So we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming. And that is exciting news.
I mean, how much money and infrastructure they're going to have to build? I don't know anything about it. I'm not going to go into a deep dive
So
tonight.
this will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
Wow. Imagine surviving World War II and then living to be 100. That's winning. That's winning. That's winning. Now, how many people are watching this stream? This guy went to World War II when he was 17, and he's now turning.
Buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, The spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas. One of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one. As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClament closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, a young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class. And he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety.
That's winning. Winning. That's winning. Another win for the toe? What? People call themselves men. The Valley of Men. No, that guy is a man. That dude. I'm going to show up and Bettering John. What?
People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing.
Uh-oh, what just happened? I can't hear anything anymore. What just happened? Can you guys still hear it? Everything stopped. There we go. Oh, it wasn't on my end. Okay, good. Ivy says, your voice is very muffled. Maybe I'm speaking too close. And also, when I talk over something like this, it also does have a problem. Maybe this is better. I don't know. But thanks for the feedback, as always, AB.
And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you. And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of this
Figure out a lighting
military
situation.
aid. Thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. Thank you very much. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together, we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans.
That is true. And at the end of this, that is true. And at the end of this, I'm gonna, if anyone cares, I don't care if you're or not, I'm gonna do it anyway. I will address all these things.
All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary massive tax cuts. They wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead. But we held strong, and with the great, big, beautiful bill, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
They gave a lot more tax benefits than that. But those are all great.
And we also made interest on auto loans tax deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America.
I did not know that. That's another that's a good idea. I mean, yeah, pay people money, dude.
Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom who's homeschools her children, beautiful, 2 children, during the day while waiting tables at night as her husband works overtime operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and her expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half.
No tax on overtime is great, but they need to lower tax and income tax. It's a good start.
Megan, please stand up. We're fighting for
It's a
you,
good
Megan.
start.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it. I did not name that.
I did not name that. I did not. What? Trump account.
Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man sitting right there in the third row.
That's why he's sitting in the third row.
Nice man, a good man.
He's the best.
Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children.
What? I don't know what this is.
They're great people.
Anyone know what this is? 'Cause if you have kids, it's probably great. We'll look into it shortly.
You know, I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school and I made computers and I'd sell them to people. And I just kept selling and selling and selling. And pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops. So I congratulate him on that. But I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad. So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than that. To make this investment in our children's future, go to trumpaccounts.gov, trumpaccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. It's setting every record in the book. It's popular. They knew what it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off.
I will
One of
answer
the
that, Sam.
Primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years, were tariffs. I used these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis. Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. They were ripping us so badly, you all know that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals are all done. And they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth. And the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling.
It may be unfortunate, but it was the correct ruling.
But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful country saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love.
Yeah, I agree, Doodle. I was saying this earlier. We want to hear some other stuff as well. I mean, this is good, but we want to hear Epstein as well.
Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. I put America first. I love America. For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly use the word affordability, a word they just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem. They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward. The price of eggs is down 60%, Madam Secretary, thank you. The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while, we're getting it down. And soon you will see numbers that few people would think were possible to achieve just a short time ago. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, and especially energy, when they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of health care caused by you. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%, like nothing else. That's why I introduced the great healthcare plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own healthcare, which will be better healthcare at a much lower cost.
So I'm not going to act like I know anything about this because I don't. Evening, Brian chat. Mazzy, hi Mazzy.
In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big. And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Costs were going to go way up, and that's what happened. And now I'm bringing them way down on healthcare and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before.
I hope this happens. What we pay for prescription drugs is
Other presidents
outrageous.
tried to do it, but they never could. They tried. Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action, but I got it done. Under my just enacted
he loses
most
a lot of people.
favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs.
No way.
Anywhere. The lowest price.
There's no way that the United States will pay the lowest price for anything across the world. Not hyperbole.
So in my first year of the second term, should be my third term, but strange things.
Third term, he's going to take over insurrection.
Prescription drugs, a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way.
All right. So this is, I mean, here's the thing. We'll call it how we see it over here. The truth is the truth. There's no way we pay the lowest in prescription.
And here
There's no
tonight
way.
is the very first customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big. Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase.
Yeah,
But a
it's
few
common
weeks
sense.
ago, she logged onto
It's
the
common
Trump
sense.
RX website.
There's no way that's
and got
true.
That same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500. A reduction.
I believe
of
that
much
things
more,
went down.
actually, than $3,500.
I mean, he's talking about someone in particular, so I'm going to go over.
Catherine, we are
I
all
believe
praying
that
for
they
you,
went
and
down
you're going to
considerably.
be a great mom.
But there's no way it's the lowest in the world. No, dude. I've lived around the world for over a decade.
So now I'm calling on Congress to codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing I'm not sure it matters because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%. But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills. Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new rate Payer Protection Pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community, and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you, and could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston. She placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes.
That is fantastic. I did not know that. This is something I've been talking about for years. Hedge funds are buying up all the houses. Part of the American dream. I said this
Now
before
I'm
you did
asking
earlier in the
Congress
stream.
to make that ban permanent, because homes for people, really, that's what we want. We want homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine. Racel, thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon.
Good luck. Good luck. I'm sure you'll get one soon. That is
We're
fantastic.
also working to make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
What do you mean, Nancy Pelosi is the greatest stock trader of all time? What? What do you mean? You're saying that she had inside information? That's how she's just happens to know everything that's going on in the market?
They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here? Doubt it. Pass the stop.
So a lot of people
Insider
jumped off when I said
Trading
that.
Act
Who called it,
without
baby?
delay.
Come on. She's in my fucking wheelhouse.
I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President J.D. Vance. We'll get it done. And if we're able to find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings those problems right here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games. Delilah. Delilah Colton was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up. Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens. And yesterday, as you probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously.
So I know this
Her
stuff
heartbroken
happens,
mother
and it
is
happens
in
a
the
lot.
gallery to remind everyone
But
in
when
this chamber
politicians use
exactly
these
why
personal
we are
tragedies,
reporting illegal alien criminals
some kind of
from
leverage,
country at
I get it.
record
Like
numbers.
this happens a lot, and
We're
I
getting
understand.
them
Like he's
the
trying to
hell
tell a
outta
story
here
why he's
fast. We
doing
don't wanna
these actions, whether you believe in them or not. But once you survive and those people are there, and that's horrible for them. I don't know. What do you guys think? It just seems whenever, and every state of the union does this. So it's not just Trump I'm talking about.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you. We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you. As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. It's all cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP,
Exactly, that's what I'm
which
saying.
probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight, I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice. We'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, a pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight, I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Yeah, I agree with you with tax theft 100%. But there is a difference in ideology and policy, not the people, but the policy. But again, the tax theft, I agree with you. We can talk about this when it's over, but policies actually do make a difference. So there is an ideological differences in policies that need to be implemented. But yeah, if we start fighting each other and like, oh, that person disagrees with me, so they're evil, or they're like that. That wasn't like that up until what, the Clinton administration? Trump's in there all day with people, letting people clap for him. You know, you just keep going. Yes, I am the great president. I mean, if you look at Donald Trump's life, though, I mean, who else has lived this life? Pretty insane. There's a lot of rich kids out there. You know, this guy, whether you like him or not, it's impressive. Moving on.
Shame. You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens, in many cases drug lords, murderers all over our country. They're blocking
No,
the
Mike Johnson
removal
stood up. He's
of
gonna
these
do
people
something.
out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Mike Johnson got up like he's going to do something. But, you know, whoever's screaming in the audience, they're just somebody else. It's like, pay attention to me. No. Either Mike Johnson's going to do something or he's ready to run.
And perhaps most
I gotta shoot another
importantly,
shooter.
I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act. To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. That cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant. It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
This is the one argument I can't see both sides on. Of course, someone should have an ID to vote.
All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote.
Like every other country on earth.
And no more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None. And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%.
Yeah, imagine the taxi theft. The people, the citizens of the country vote. What a fucking nutty idea.
And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good.
Exactly. The taxi theft, bring up the turkey thing later when it's over.
Overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens. And the reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things. You almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated. And their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John. And here is one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full ride scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up.
This is more pandering, but hey, motherfucker, help a brother out. Hit the like button. Just go down and do it. It helps the algorithm for me. Come on, guys. It's good. Come on. 2 likes? I mean, I know there's nothing to like here. We're just watching shit, but
And thank you for your
guys.
great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him? But now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately.
Thank you, Doodle. I'm just trying to be dramatic here.
Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
So this is more important. Matthew has a question. Was there a verdict on the booty bandit, by the way? There was. We cracked the case.
Boy, oh boy. We're
I
lucky
want
we
the
have a country
last
with people like this.
test stream.
Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we?
I mean, really, like, put all this aside. Who was the booty bandit? That is what we had to. The next thing we're going to figure out is where in the world is did motherfucker Blade
No
go?
one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it? Who would have believed that? Over the past year, she has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care.
All right, let's get
and
to what is
helping
important.
secure
Go back
$30
and watch
million
the last
to launch
test
the
stream.
Melania
You don't
Trump
want to watch
Foster
the rest.
Youth
We go over it
to
all.
Independence
We show it
initiative.
all.
It's a
Go back. It's
tremendous-
from last night.
really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight, we welcome 2 young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and
And then this is where he
Everest
introduces people.
Nevermont.
Yeah, we can jump around. Hey,
Thank
go
you
check it
both,
out
and
after this.
Melania,
The
thank you,
beginning
and
of it is
Howard, you
when we
worked on it.
discovered
Thank
the AC. I like to say butthole bandit. I did do booty bandit, butt bandit. That was the test here. And that's where all of that verbiage came from. And it was from the pressure of the test stream that JT finally came clean. Another win for the test stream.
I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal. This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy, great man.
I was in Italy when Charlie Kirk was assassinated in Cinque
Last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
Who on that side, on the liberal Democrat side, getting assassinated like Trump? They tried to assassinate Trump, right? They did assassinate Charlie Kirk. And when I say they, I just mean not they, like not the collective. I think people on the left are good people.
In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind.
Absolutely. Even though it does seem to only be coming from one side. The purple hair are
We
very
love
angry.
religion, and we love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible. It's really a beautiful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our communities safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zurutska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina, fled war-torn Ukraine.
I'm
to
sure all
live
this
with
stuff is
relatives
important. Again,
near
it's another
Charlotte,
pandering.
North
Like there are
Carolina. And by
so
the way,
many
what's going on
stories. I
with
mean, I
Charlotte?
could tell you a story
Last
about
summer,
whatever,
23-year-old
whoever,
Irina was
in order
riding home on the train
to
when a
exemplify what I want on a
deranged
bigger
monster
policy issue.
who had been arrested over a
So
dozen
I understand why
times
they
and was
do
released
it.
through
They do it
no
every time
cash
because it's
bail,
effective. That's why
stood
politicians,
up and
presidents do it.
viciously
If it wasn't
slashed a
effective, they
knife
wouldn't do it. It
through her
just for
neck
me,
and
it just
body. No
I
one
don't
will
know.
ever forget there were people
It seems pandering,
No one will
panderverse.
ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last
Yeah,
seconds
and I
of her
can't even
life.
hear
She
this.
died
To be honest, like
instantly.
I know all this stuff exists.
She had escaped
I
a
know all
cruel
this
war
stuff
only to
exists.
be slain by a
I've
hardened
dealt with it
criminal
before in certain
set
ways,
free to kill
certain
in
avenues.
America. Came in through open
It's so
borders.
fucking depressing. Yet it is
Mrs.
true. It's all
Zaretsky,
true.
tonight I promise
Which is
you
why
we
the
will ensure
policies, when we talk
justice
about
for
the
your
differences and they're all the
magnificent
same,
daughter,
I agree.
Irina.
Politicians are pretty much all the same. But the policies that they implement actually have changes on our lives, especially when it comes to immigration, taxes, and foreign debt. Because people may not want to know this, but eventually
How do you not stand?
it affects
How do
it.
you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there.
I would say emotional coercion, not blackmail. It's a coercion. Why does that sound so weird?
Starting last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans, Louisiana, big success, and our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen? In fact, crime in Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago. They don't like to hear that. One of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan. Shouldn't have been in our country. And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged, shouldn't have been in our country. Sarah Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Evalie. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her. They've never seen anything like her.
It's another story, and everyone's right. It's yeah, coercion. It's silencing the dissenters. Who? What are you going to say, that this person's life isn't valuable, or what you're saying? You're telling me this policy doesn't work. But it does have to boil down to pushing policy with all these tactics. So they are absolutely.
So sorry. Thank you very much. A great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect. She was perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. The two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melody, who I spoke to the same night. And she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone, but his mother said, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it.
Again, these people, I care about
He was
them.
given almost
I mean,
no
I
chance.
do. I mean, yeah, I don't want anyone to go
She
through
said,
this
I have
shit.
no doubt, sir. He's going to be okay. This was a
Well, let's get to the
conversation
brass
that I had
tacks.
with her that night, with her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said, sir, he will be okay. The doctors didn't understand what she was saying. And after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melody? She turned out to be right.
Right now, Earl Skagel has watching the State of the Union, and he's not watching the State of the Union. So whatever you guys do, nobody go over there and say, if you actually want to watch the State of the Union, come over to the session. Earl. Look at this real quick.
AOL. I mean, look at this spam. Oh my
State of
God.
the Union live watch.
I mean, thousands.
Amazing, actually. I said, where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met. With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death. And we're talking about the edge of death. On his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, but he's doing great. Nice to see you. He's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much.
He's a good-looking guy. I like that. Good-looking guy.
So, Andrew, while you're up, now I'm going to ask a highly respected General James Seward to present Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom with the award created by our late, great President George Washington himself. It's called the Purple Heart. We love you all. Love you. We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. In my first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia. Isn't it funny? Sick people. Cambodia and Thailand, Pakistan and India would have been a nuclear war. 35 million people said the prime minister of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda, and of course the war in Gaza, which proceeds at a very low level. It's just about there. And I want to thank Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner for your help. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jared.
Jared Kushner is a multi-billionaire now. I mean, he was before. Like I said, he did get shit done. He has.
And
He's
I
a young guy,
also
but he has
want to thank the
connections.
man they
Wow.
report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco. People like you. You know, Marco got 100% of the votes when he was in confirmation. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy. And
Oh.
he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco? You have done a great job, great Secretary of State. I think he'll go down as the best ever.
The best ever. Just again, the hyperbole. It's also refreshing, like when he's like, "You people are evil." Talking to, there are a bunch of evil people in politics and just in the world
Under
in
the
general.
ceasefire I negotiated, every single hostage, both living and dead, has been returned home. Can you believe that? Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible. Both living and dead. And those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living. That was an amazing period of time. And they came back, and when we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those last 20 are going to be tough. We got them back. But we only got back 14 or 15 of the dead of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug and they dug and they dug. It's a tough thing to do, going through bodies all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found. Tough job. And they finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared, they got it back to 28. They found all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it. And I remember
It would be
family
interesting to
of the
start
28.
researching who's getting these
They were so
contracts to rebuild
grieved, but they were
Palestine.
so happy as it's possible
'Cause it's rubble
to
now.
be. They had their boy back. The mother said, "Sir, we have our boy back." What a period of time that was, but we got them all back.
And I'm not
Thank
even
you both
commenting
very
on
much.
Israel and the Pakistan and the Middle East. I'm just saying it'd be interesting if we get the contract. I'm not commenting on anything other than I would like to know who's making the money. Now, was Israel
And we're
justified?
working very hard to end the 9th war, the killing and slaughter between Russia and Ukraine, where 25,000 soldiers are dying each and every month. Think of that, 25,000 soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president. Would have never happened.
That is true.
As president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to confront threats to America wherever we must. That's why in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil known as Operation Midnight Hammer.
I also don't know what to make of it. What do you guys think? I'm torn. I see both sides.
For decades, it had been the policy of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism and death and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the father of the roadside bomb.
Now that is a good thing.
And just over the last couple of months with the protests, they've killed at least, it looks like 32,000 protests, 32,000 protesters in their own country. They shot them and hung them. We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. But this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, and in particular, nuclear weapons. Yet they continue, starting it all over. We wiped it out, and they want to start all over again, and are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen. And no nation should ever doubt America's resolve. We have the most powerful military on earth. I rebuilt the military in my first term. We're going to continue to do so. Also, we just approved a $1 trillion budget. We have no choice. We have to be strong because hopefully we will seldom have to use this great power that we built together. It's really called peace through strength, and it's been very, very effective.
It's the only way. What's up, Phil?
So thanks to Republican in Congress, we're investing that record number of dollars, have no choice, in the United States Armed Forces. Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO countries are friends and allies. They are. They're our friends and they're our allies. Have just agreed at my very strong request to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2%, which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost all of NATO.
And that's fair. And also, it's
Now they're paying 5 as opposed to not paying 2.
Numbers can always be manipulated. Always. When you have a research paper, you can make it come out however you want.
And getting that 5% was something which everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got it really easily. One meeting. And big difference between 2% that's not paid. We were paying the freight of many of them. Very few were paid up. Now 5%, then they're paid. And everything we send over to Ukraine is sent through NATO, and they pay us in full. They pay us totally in full. Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting. And every service member recently. And every service member recently received a warrior dividend of $1,776.
Bring it back up afterward.
You know, they put it on my desk. We got the money from tariffs and other things, a lot of money. We have much more money than people understand. Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long. But we got the money, and it was $1,775, and they wanted my approval. And I said, what's the number? $1,775. I said, wait a minute, for $1 more, we can have $1,776. It's going to. I said, we're going to figure that. I never asked anybody if we could afford it. $1 more, I said $1,776. And I said, that's good. And I'll tell you what, our military, that was 4 months ago, our military, I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it. So we're honored to do it. They deserve it. And we call it 1776. It was great. And we love our military. We love our law enforcement. We love our firemen. You know, the firemen don't get mentioned enough. We love our firemen. We're also.
Everyone loves firemen. Firemen is a much easier job than a cop. I don't know about, yeah, I would say it's easier. You have to run to a burning building, but it's not on every single fucking day, and everyone hates you like a cop.
We're also restoring American security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere, acting to secure our national interests and defend our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference. For years, large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico, really large parts of Mexico, have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction.
Well, fentanyl is not a weapon of mass destruction, but putting the cartels on the terrorist watch list or the terrorist list is something I've been saying for, I don't know, 15 years.
And with our new military campaign, we have stopped record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely coming in by water or sea. You probably noticed that. We very seriously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to go fishing anymore. We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartel kingpins of all. You saw that yesterday. In January.
And this is important. This is on our southern border, and these cartels are not just terrorizing us through drugs, they're terrorizing the people of Mexico, man.
In January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything like it. Foreign leaders, I won't tell you who, called me and they said, very impressive, very impressive. They couldn't believe, they all watched, they saw what happened. This is a different fighting force than we had years ago when we fought to tie. You know, it's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it. Look at Space Force. Space Force is my baby. Because we did that. My baby is becoming so important.
My baby. Oh,
And America's armed forces overwhelmed all defenses and not only defeated an enemy, good fighters, to end the reign of outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice. And this was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States, and it also opens up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary economic gains for both of our countries, and to bring new hope to those who have suffered so terribly. They really did suffer.
Still
With us
bring this up
tonight
later.
is
Hey, listen, if you guys don't want to watch it, don't watch it. I'm
Gonzalez,
watching
who
it.
grew up in a
You
tight-knit
don't need to support me.
Venezuelan
It's okay.
family and was
I
especially
appreciate
close
it,
to
but
her
thank you.
beloved
But
Uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office and opposed Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas.
hey, Sam,
Alejandro feared she would
when he's done
never see
talking,
her uncle again.
I will
She
address it.
feared for her own life
Oh.
also. But since the raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released, but he is here tonight. We brought him over to celebrate his freedom with you in person. Enrique, please come down.
But yeah, something that I have more to say about, dude. I have more to say about all of this than anything else. I'm not going to do tonight because it'd be another fucking 8-hour stream. Well, I want to hear what he has to say first, then I'll comment. I appreciate it. We're here to support Brian. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, listen, this is not your cup of tea. I get it. This is why we all live. People here, I recognize all from the Devilverse because it's just too serious. It gets a little nutty.
Thank you, Enrique. Have a good time. Nice to have you back, Enrique. There were many heroes on that January raid to capture Maduro. Really great heroes. It was very dangerous. They knew we were coming. They were all set. But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor. Chief Warrant Officer
I agree with you,
5,
Sam. Yeah,
Eric
propaganda. We've been
Wolf,
talking about this the whole time.
planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter. A big, beautiful, powerful helicopter. It was a massive Chinook carrying, as you can imagine, many American warfighters. Wearing the dog tags, his wife Amy had blessed with holy water before he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one. Eric steered the Chinook under the cover of night and descended swiftly upon Maduro's heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation, protected by thousands of soldiers and guarded by Russian and Chinese military technology. How did that work out? Not too good. While preparing to land, enemy machine guns fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly in the leg and hip, one bullet after another. He absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into numerous pieces. And yet, despite the fact that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, legs are the most important part of flying a helicopter. To deliver the many commandos who would capture and detain Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle. The machine gun stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, 2 machine gunners who escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat. Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash
Okay.
deep in enemy territory. Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission, probably would have had to maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded, but not as gravely, to take over. I'm about ready to pass out. The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take searing pain. It was unbelievable what's happened to his legs of the bullets and keep on flying and landing, and people knew what was happening. Everybody in the back of the helicopter knew because they saw the blood pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight.
Yo,
with his
dudes,
wife,
go
Amy,
circle jerk
Eric,
somewhere else. You
and
fucking.
Amy, come on in.
Fucking love fest in the chat over here. No, yeah, Amy's great. Yes, this is the nice thing about doing this. Is why I'm doing it, because the people that do show up are people at least with an opinion, and a point of view that they can back up. Whether I agree with them or not, that's different. But I can be wrong too. It doesn't happen very often, but it has happened before. So yeah, here we go again with the stories that we we all want to exemplify it. The reason I don't practice law is I like to get to the point. Now, if you watch the test stream, you'll see I repeat something over and over. That's to drive in the point. What's the point? What's the point? I just want to hear the
a
policies.
surprise, Eric and Amy. In recognition of Eric's actions above and beyond the call of duty, I would now like to ask General Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warrant Officer Slover with our nation's highest military award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
At a minimum, smart people over here, like people that understand. At least they have, a point of view. They're smart people that can look at the world and come to an idea that they didn't hear another streamer previously talk about. They can like people based on their own opinion, not what others think.
Well, thank you very much, Eric and Amy. Great to get to know you. I met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg, we have it back, we brought it back. We won the First World War with it, the Second World War with it, and then they decided to change the name. So we changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House. And Eric will be there. Thank you. Thank you, Eric. That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots, but there is one last living legend to honor before we go. He is one more heroic American aviator, Navy fighter pilot. Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than 220 missions. In the skies over Korea in 1952, Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight. Flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war, and despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others, vanquishing his adversaries while taking 263 bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
Here's the real story. Panhandler was trying to lose that run. Tommy was forcing him to have it to troll him. I mean, seriously, fuck national policy. What's going on with this?
Thank you, Royce, and thank you, Eric. I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it, but if they ever open up that law, I will be there with you someday. But you know, that's our highest honor, Congressional Medal of Honor, and that's a big thing, and it's an honor to be in the same room with you. Thank you both very much, Eric. Thank you.
He's serious. He wants that.
Thank you. 250 years is a long time in the life of a nation, but in another sense, it's really a mere moment in the eye of history. Two of the gentlemen we met in the gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago, 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence, brilliant, Thomas Jefferson, drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants who declared and won our independence from the heroes who stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters, Americans built this nation from 13 humble colonies into the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom, the strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together, we mastered the world's mightiest industries and shattered history's monstrous tyrannies. and we liberated millions from the chains of fascism, communism, oppression, and terror. Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel, and then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will and unyielding American pride. We wired the globe with our ingenuity. We captivated the planet with American culture. And now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world. All of this and so much more is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of humanity's backs. For years, they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside. But that great betrayal is over, and they will never be forgotten again. Because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration, it is still turning to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask. There is no challenge Americans cannot overcome, no frontier too vast for us to conquer, no dream too bold for us to chase, no horizon too distant for us to claim. For our destiny is written by the hand of providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida.
Holy
to
shit,
endless
JD
deserts
Vance
of
does look, or
Dakota,
Mir does look like JD
from the
Vance.
historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
So that was a typical State of the Union, right? Nothing too crazy there. Everyone washes their own balls and then allows everyone else to wash them as well. Let me make sure I'm up. Check. All right. Interesting. Why is this not working here? Let's see what's going on. Okay, good. So a typical State of the Union. Trump did his typical, I'm the best. Let's go over a couple things, and I would like to see your guys' comments here down in the comments section. Imagine that, comments in the comments section. So this is new. This is mostly now the dabble verse. We'll see how it goes. Like I find this stuff interesting. I find world socio and geo and political socioeconomics interesting. It's fun. I can see how everyone has a different opinion on it, and I'm open to that, even though most people are wrong if they disagree with me. And when I say most people, I mean everybody. So at the beginning, Trump pointed out a lot of facts, which is there's more jobs today than ever. So when we talk about statistics, you can manipulate those numbers however you want. I'm not even saying I believe him, but politicians do this all the time. We also have more people on Earth than we ever did, right? So of course there's going to be more jobs. Just out the bat, like that's just how that works. Also, and I'm glad, like I said, I voted for Trump the first time. I voted for Hillary Clinton the first time because I'm stupid. I voted for Joe Biden because I got dumber. And then I voted for Trump. Do I love the guy? Not necessarily, but his policies align more to me than the other options. So coming out of a Biden administration, which was one of the worst administrations, I mean, I would say other than the Bush administration, the worst administration of my lifetime in different ways, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to improve numbers by very basic things. And that's, though, what's so insane about it is that the Biden administration, this progressive agenda, could easily make things better for everybody if they were like very small, simple measures. Like, I don't know, have police around. One of the things Trump talked about was the murder rate going down. Yes. The city of Portland, Oregon actually defunded the police in 2020. And guess what happened? Can you guess? Guess what happened when there's no cops anymore? Oh, and at the same time, we legalized all drugs. Guess what happened? Drug use, ODs, and murders. Murders especially went up over 800% because the guys selling the drugs, yeah, this is a money game, dude. I don't know if you've seen The Wire. That's a real thing. That's real. That's real. People are on the streets protecting their corners and killing each other. That is happening. And then when a place like here, the defunds, so now you defund the police, there's no cops on the road. You legalize all drugs, which is a huge moneymaker. What that does is it brings all of the gangsters' clients here. And when you see these gangsters, they're young black kids. They're 17, 18, 19, 20. I don't know how many of them live past that, unfortunately. So these policies don't help anybody. It's not helping the communities they claim to try to help. It doesn't help the which are the young minorities who just get wrapped up in it because, like, holy shit, look at all of our clients. There's an endless stream of drug clients in Portland, Oregon, and along the West Coast. But Portland, as far as I know, is the only one that actually, Oregon, the only one dumb enough that the people voted to decriminalize all drugs. And Portland's the only city dumb enough to say, at the same time, we should defund the police. So, with that said, it's hard to go from I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard, actually. The exact opposite of what I was saying. To go from that low point to improvement. With that said, it's still improvement, though. And so, props. All I'm saying, I'm not even, when he says more jobs today than ever, that, again, statistics can be manipulated easily. I think one thing we have seen, that's a fact, on a tangible level that we can see on a day-to-day is gas prices have went down. There is no reason under the Biden administration not to have drilled and taken oil, American oil, out of our soil. It doesn't make any sense. Instead, we were buying Russian oil. Oil markets from South America, Venezuela, or Argentina. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not Venezuela. I think Venezuela. But we just certainly were buying from Russia. What's the difference? What's the difference? So absolutely, oil should be drilled. I am under the belief that oil, the earth keeps reproducing it. And so when he talked about the green scam, at first I was like, no, this is all about solar. Solar's great, actually. I think we need to pursue solar. But these windmills, it's a $1 trillion market that people are getting into. They litter the landscape and they don't work. This is the green new scam. It is. It's a scam. It's not a scam. It's a business ploy, just like everything else. Like everything else. I'm in business. I get it. Would I do the same thing? Yes. If I could make $1 trillion and be like, no, because they convince themselves this is the way to go. I believe, and there'll be a lot of people that say I'm wrong, but the oil underneath our earth has got there in the first place for a reason. The earth keeps manufacturing this stuff. So, and even if it doesn't, right? Why give all of American tax money to Russia when we have it right here? Save everybody tons of money. It doesn't make any sense. So but again, then why people don't like Trump? Drill, baby, drill. He goes to the hyperbole. And then it annoys me too. It's like, dude, you're the president. Talk, but as long as he gets stuff done, I mean, I'm certainly not completely happy with this administration by any means. But yeah, of course. So he brought that up. And that is something that needed to be done. When Joe Biden came into office, one of his first actions, I think on day one, was an executive order to close down all these oil plants. Why would he do that? Think about it. Why would he do that? It's almost as if he does that, and our foreign adversaries that his son was over at, dealing and wheeling, almost like he's trying to make money. Why would he do that? So my only thing with Donald Trump is people want to say he's a piece of shit. That's fine. I don't care. But don't act like he's more of a piece of shit than any of these other people. Because I mean, Joe Biden and the Bush administration, those people are the Clintons. I mean, get the fuck out of here. All right. He talked about getting rid of DEI. I think that's fantastic. Harvard, Yale. I went to the University of Chicago, which was the third best school in the country at the time I went. University of Chicago didn't do this. Kids are getting rejected based on the color of their skin, primarily Asian children, based on the color of their skin. When was that an American policy? When was it said we need to let black kids come in over Asians and whites? Why? Because they're black. Hiring processes, it needs to be merit-based. Like every other country other than Western civilized countries. Other than the only countries that do this shit are countries run by white people. Everyone else is like, no, like whoever has the best scores gets into the school. Whoever presents the best proposal for the bid on this contract, whoever's the most qualified, they get it. And to have a kid, and again, the Asians are the ones taking it the most. Asians, Asian Americans, those kids bust their ass. Tiger Mom, make sure that they do. That's a real thing. Stealth can speak on that. That's a real thing. They bust their ass, and then at the end, they don't get into a school. So I know everybody's heard these talking points. We're just going over what was said. Next, he brought up, I believe it was Buddy Taggart, who enlisted in the Army at 17 and then went to World War II and now was 100 years old. This, to me, this is why he tells the stories. You know, I was saying, it's pandering. When I hear that, I look in the mirror and I say, what a fucking pussy I am. What a fucking pussy. What stressed about what? What are you stressed about? Oh, your numbers are what? What's going on? Oh, John, are people going to show up at your comedy show? This fucking guy at 17 years old went to World War II. My grandfather was in World War II. Over 52 missions. I have his flight log. Over in Italy, he used to tell me I dropped 2 loads, a load of bombs and a load in my pants every motherfucking day. These guys are out there at war. And people now are taking Xanax and prescription pills to control their anxiety. We're devolving, excuse me, as a country. And that guy's 100. Why do you think you think I'm going to live to be 100? No. I'm going to live to be 108. But the chances of surviving, even the war, are astronomical. And then live to be 100. It's fantastic. And then when you see all these people bitching and moaning, my Wi-Fi is not working. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't you go storm the beaches of Normandy and talk to me about your Wi-Fi? Next thing you brought up, tax cuts, which have happened. Absolutely. The big, beautiful bill, I didn't know too much about it until recently. The things they focus on are no tips, no taxes on overtime, which is great, right? But it also kind of seems like it's a motivation for people to just keep working for the man more. But if they're going to do that, at least no taxes on overtime. That's fair, dude. Especially there's a lot of companies that require that. There's a lot of companies that they go, oh, well, like Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Well, you work 50 hours a week and you make your money in the last 10 hours. That's horse shit. That's horse shit. And anyone that works for Enterprise Rent-A-Car, hate to say it, you're an idiot. You're a fool. You're being taken advantage of. Move on. I know because I did it. When I moved to, when I was looking at law schools, I was looking at University of Montana. Well, if you're a resident of Montana, it's insanely cheap to go to law school there. So I moved to Missoula, Montana. Well, part of getting a residency is you need a job. Well, I just need something. I need to like establish. Enterprise Rent-A-Car was close. And there's not a lot of Missoula, Montana. It's not like there's like ad agencies or I mean, it's a small town out in nowhere. They absolutely take advantage of everyone that works there. 1,000%. 1,000%. Especially in a place where I worked, where there weren't any other jobs. I worked like 55 hours a week and made nothing, nada. So. But that 55 hours was put in to my schedule. And then they're like, oh, the last 10, 15 is where you make your money. It's good. I shouldn't be taxed on that. So that's good to see. And same with the waitresses on tips. That's good. Yeah. Because they're taxing their wages for money that I'm giving them that I've already been taxed on. The money in my pocket, I've already given at least 40% of it away. So now you're going to tax them again on the money I give them? It's insane. So that's a good thing. That's also a good thing. What Trump didn't bring up about the big, beautiful bill, and I know from firsthand knowledge because I'm a business owner, before when you had assets in your company, and I don't want to get too much into what I do, but I'm trying to think of an analogy, but let's say you sell dollhouses. And this is primarily going out to Panhandler if he's out there, because he's the only one I would know that would do something like that. But let's say you're selling dollhouses, right? So you got to buy the dollhouse. Okay, so you buy it, but it's not done. Then you have to build, like, let's say you just buy the structure, then you have to build it out on the inside. Before, that was around like a 40% write-off on your taxes. Now it's 100%. So if you're gearing up for the next year and you want to buy the supplies, the components that you need for your business, and you spend however much money, all of that is written off on your taxes. That's fucking awesome for any business owner. Now, at the same time, I know if I'm doing that, I'm a small business owner, okay? We do okay, but we're no Amazon or hedge fund or any. But then you think about that, it's like, wow, those tax breaks are great for me as an individual. I'm happy about it. But then again, this is where I see both sides of the coin, where you say Amazon is a What kind of tax breaks are they as a corporation getting if they can write off all of their assets? So that's where it starts to get insane. Like, it helps me as a small business owner, and I would say anybody that's under $20 million a year is a small business owner. That's how I'd classify it. That's just my opinion. There's no maybe there's a classification if there's, I don't know. I would even say anything under $100 million a year is probably small. I could see giving those tax breaks to companies like that. But a company like Amazon or Tesla or Apple, I can't imagine what kind of write-offs Apple will have this year that they don't need to pay into. So it's good and bad. People say it trickles down. It doesn't. I don't think it does. I don't think Apple getting a huge tax break, they're going to hire more people because they don't need to hire more people. They don't need to scale. You don't scale because you have money. You scale because you need to at the appropriate time organically. So it's not like, oh, wow, the CEO, the owner of the business, just made this much more money, like 60% more. And they're like, you know what I need to do? I need to hire more employees. No, not if you don't need them, you don't. That's a good way to go out of business. So the big, beautiful bill has helped me, but again, I'm a small business owner. I didn't know what he was talking about when he said the tax-free children Trump account. I'm gonna have to look that up. Anyone know? I haven't looked on. Let me check in with the chat here. It's been a minute. Sorry, I get distracted if I keep reading your guys' thoughts as well. So, well, let me see. I'm just gonna go to some place. Talking about D-Ranch. Went too far back. Yeah, Epstein and UFOs were not talked about at all, which is, All right, AB. I keep thinking about Phelps, the Baptist guy in Kansas, used to hold up a sign that said USA Fag Nation. Okay. Stell says, nostalgia for the win, brother, but respect. So you get these, I shouldn't be reading these. You guys are having your own conversation. They're great. It's great. Like, yeah, have a conversation. Yeah, this is where the people in the know go to talk about what it is that's going on in the world. Sam, do some deep breathing exercises first. It's real slow burn, like meditation. I used to do transcendental meditation. I need to get my new mantra. It helped a lot. So AB says, is counting shitty gigs as jobs? Are Uber drivers considered employed? No. Uber drivers are 1099 employees. So if you're 1099, you're not getting that overtime benefit. Is counting shitty gigs as jobs? It depends on what you mean. If you're a W-2 employee, then yes. If you're 1099, no. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yes, I knew where you were going. Landon 2028. Thank you, Stealth. Thank you. Yes, I will be. And maybe I should give you guys a little sneak peek. There's only 8 people here, and they're the OGs, so I don't want this clipped. But I do want to thank everyone that's here. Going through this, I know this is very different. I know the people that would normally tune into here don't want to hear all this garbage. But yeah, let me give you a little sneak peek because Stealth brings up a really good point. I will be running a campaign in 2028. That's a fact. Maniac Mac 10. I'm running a campaign. And if you give me one moment, I'm going to do it to the people that are here now. Please don't clip this. This will be a surprise. I plan on having a bigger reveal, but I appreciate you guys that are here now. So give me one moment, and I'm going to show you the beginnings of our 2028 presidential campaign. I'm not fucking kidding you. In the meantime, you can watch what drones are doing in Russia. Just hold on 1 second. You're going to get an exclusive.
You have done all I have asked you to do and more. But your country is at stake. Your wives, your homes, and all you hold dear. You have worn yourselves out with fatigues and hardships. If you will consent to stay 1 month longer, you will render that service to the cause of liberty and to your country, which you can probably never do under any other circumstance. Again, the drums rolled, and this time the men began stepping forward. God Almighty, wrote Nathaniel Green, inclined their hearts to listen to the proposal, and they engaged anew.
As a proud American man, I look in the future. We just went over the State of the Union, not every single bit of it. But my forefathers were the founding fathers. We all come from the same place. If you live here, then you're an American. And part of our duty as Americans is to protect those that seek power for nefarious reasons. So I'm just giving the people in this chat right now, I appreciate you hanging in with me on like maybe what's a lot of people consider the most boring things out there. I am proud to announce my 2028 presidential campaign. Anybody but Joey Catalano. Anybody but Joey Catalano. I don't care who it is. Vote for anyone but Joey Catalano, convicted felon. Do not do that. So you can see here, it says, oh, this is way bigger. I should have thought of this through. This is why it's a sneak peek. Vote for anyone but Joey Catalano, convicted felon. Keep America safe. In 2028, and Stealth brought it up because he can read my mind. And so that's a campaign we're running. Anyone but Joey Catalano. We got bumper stickers over here. You want one of these? Anyone but Joey C. In 2028, it doesn't matter who it is. I don't care if it's Johnny motherfucking Crutches. Anyone but Joey convicted felon Catalano for president in 2028. I said I wouldn't hit the air horn. I can see why it's so tempting, though. Anyone. Listen, let me see if I can get this. Oh, this is metal. This is good shit. We're going to be putting this out in yards. Tukey said he's going to go around and get people to sign up for Joey. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm doing the opposite. Anyone but Joey C in 2028. Let me know if you want a presidential bumper sticker. Anyone but Joey C. Anyone but Joey C. That's a secret. We have not publicly announced it yet, but I wanted to give the supporters here at the test stream, which is the best stream, some insight on what we're planning in the future. We cannot allow our country to be taken over by villains, convicts, and scumbags. We just can't do it. It's not on the plate, not happening under my motherfucking watch. Not going to happen. Understand? That's what we're doing over here. Thank you for tuning in. Keep it quiet. Anyone but Joey C is what it says. Anyone anyone but Joey in here. We're going to do vote for anyone but Joey Catalano, convicted felon. Keep America safe in 2028. God bless you all. Hang in there. We're doing it. We're going to make a difference. 2028 is the anyone but Joey C revolution, and we're going to change it all up, baby. Come on.
We bougie out in this bitch.
What? Huh? What? Huh? What?
Oh. Hot shot, you are hot shot indeed.
What?
What? Hot shot, you are hot shot indeed.
I never want this night to end. Huh? What?
I want to thank everybody once again for hanging in
Is
there
that
with
actually
me.
how it goes?
State of the Union night. We didn't get into all of it. It was a good extreme. I did tell you about 2028. We're coming. This is the movement, baby. Feel excited. We're going to do it. 2028 is our year. Our year. Anyone. Joey C.
Well,
Hang in there. Have a beautiful night and an even better week. Anyone. Joey C. In 2028.
Tell me where in the world
Did motherfucking blade go?
There's only
Did motherfucking blade go?
Monday through Friday at 5. Girls and guys around the globe. Thanks for them, happy nation. She's a double-dealing diva with a taste for thievery. Her itinerary's loaded up with moving violations. Tell me where in the world
Did motherfucking blade go?
tell me where in the world
Did motherfucking blade
go.
go?
Tell me where in the world
Did motherfucking blade go?
Tell me where in the world
Did motherfucking blade go?
Tell me where in the world
Did all of Pulper's money go?
You and Missy B, or have Gino and Kumia been in contact since the fallout?
Hey, Brian Landon, I just want to say I think you're good on the mic. I'd like to do a night show with you guys sometime. I think he's solid.
Thanks for having me on.
Stay away from my house.
I don't know what tent's yours, Ava. Don't worry.
Okay, whatever,
I'll stay away from it. All right. Thanks for having me on, guys. Thank you very much.
So
All right.
much. Do you have any plugs? I
What a
guess.
fucking douchebag that guy is.
We gun.